Oh man, I walked right into that one, didn't I?
I hate you. I really hate you right now.
What, him? Or your conscience constantly whispering instant noodles into everybody's ear? His answer is a small laugh. The kind that screams, "I'm right, I told you so." I hate it when he does that.
I'll have you know that there's already someone who's extremely interested in this property. So even if you expressed any sort of interest in it, I don't think they'd be willing to let you have it. Too bad.
Provided I didn't botch it with the rights. Why, of all times, did I have to screw up like that? In front of an important customer, no less. I owe Ross a big apology. I hope she likes free donuts.
You don't seem too happy about it.
I am happy. Doesn't this look like a happy face to you?
Really? And here I was thinking you found another one stuffed in the sofa. Or is it the wardrobe this time?
Oh, come on! That's dirty! He meant that as a joke, but how close it is to the truth made my blood run cold and my own heartbeat a heavy weight in my chest. All at once, the letter in my bag felt a whole lot heavier, burdened by my own guilt and apprehension.
Yeah, well, things happened. Stuff the right couple might not be pleased about. No need to make a fuss about it. It's normal in the business.
You made them angry?
Not angry, just stuff happened.
Like?
Things.
Did they do anything? Your clients, the rights, was it?
I can't answer that. At least, not without revealing anything that took place in the attic. Change the subject? Or lie to him? Changing subject.
You keep asking me about my work, yet you haven't said a single word about yours. That's not fair. Both you and Zach have literally disappeared off the face of the earth.
An over-exaggeration, but changing the subject to something else is still better than outright lying to him. Besides, it never works with him. I'm not sure if it's because I'm just bad at it or because he's really very good at his job. He doesn't answer immediately, only momentarily shifting a glance over me and returning it back to the road when he has to make a sharp turn. Outside, the sun has already started to descend, casting a vibrant orange glow on the tall buildings. I wonder how long before we reach the venue for Zach's film. Checking the street signs outside, it appears Ash has taken a longer route. Excuse me. Burping. I ate before I streamed, so odd, but it's probably trying to avoid the rush hour traffic.
Didn't we just talk a week ago over chat?
That's different. Linking your awful memes in the group chat box every morning isn't exactly a conversation.
Excuse me, I don't hear you calling them awful while you're laughing at all of them.
Shut up! And you aren't answering my question.
What? You're talking about him having memes, and then you're kind of trying to double cross yourself, double edge yourself, trying to attack him, but he swings the blade right back around to smack you in the face, going, "You don't even like memes, but you seem to laugh at them." Shut up! Whatever, it's true. I'm still making me. So what? You stop double edging yourself. That earns him a soft punch to his arm. I did laugh at them, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of knowing that I find most of them funny. Why not? If it's true, it's true. Suck up your pride. Stinging pride. People have pride, but don't overdo it. Gosh dang, people with pride. It'll only make his head bigger. Stupid Ash.
Alright. Lay off on the abuse. Remember that case I mentioned before? We've been trying to pin the bastard down, but it required more work than we anticipated. The guy's slippery like that. We got some good lead months ago.
He announces that he's been doing in the time we haven't seen each other. His usual work, the occasional small investigations, and the big case he's been stuck on working on. Stuff he couldn't mention in the brief time we catch each other online. Although most of it are the trimmed down versions, only things he can tell. He has always been careful about that. Good on ya. even in the way he spins his answers to my questions. Just enough to satisfy my curiosity, but not enough to paint a whole picture. At one point, his voice takes on a strained tone when he mentions something about the big case. What I don't dwell on it much. That's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't bring someone to justice because they just kept slipping out of your fingers? If I were in his shoes, I'd definitely lose my mind. His stories never cease to be entertaining, regardless. If things weren't the way that they were back home, maybe I would have considered taking the same job as him. Well, nope, not really. Mama would never allow that. But the idea is still there, along with countless others I've let go. Time passes quickly between us this manner, and before I know it, we're already at the movie house. A small crowd has already formed in front of the theater when we arrive. What are you watching? Aaron of no... Oh, Point. I think that's Point. Yeah, Point of No Return. Huh. And what's the other one? Bar to Dahod. I'm not sure what that says. The Left Fest short for the Lift Fest short for Luxborn Independent Film and Theater Festival attract a bigger crowd annually, and this year's no different. Gosh dang, words, gotta word them. I've only been a few indie film screens from Zach, so I'm not an expert on the matter. But I know that for people hoping to make a break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is already a big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zach. He hasn't even won an award, but just getting a confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include his movie in this year's lineup already puts a grin on his face for weeks. I would too! If I was making a project and then I was just going, hey, I noticed you. Hey, why don't you join us? Ah! I'd be happy. Speaking of the guy, he's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, he appears to loom over most of the moviegoers, and with his large build and heavy voice, there's no surprise when people give him a wide berth as they pass by. It's often easy to mistake him for someone intimidating at first glance. I did back when I didn't know him any better. Ash did too, I heard, once early in their friendship.
Oh, there's Zach.
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
You look awesome! Zach's face lights up with a smile of his own. He moves towards us with careful steps, taking significant effort to make himself smaller as to not bump or accidentally hit anybody. Typical Zach. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand to greet in greeting and...
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
Okay, that's quite thick, man. That's quite thick, Ash. The awkwardness that descends within the immediate vicinity of our small group is palatable enough. Somewhere to our left, a girl giggles, and only then do I become aware of my mouth hanging open. I'm almost amazed how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Almost. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now. Zach seems to be.
Yo, stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
There's fondness underneath his exasperated tone. If this were any other person, he'd likely be offended. But years of friendship and familiarity have made those words harmless to others' ears. Or at least enough for both to take it in stride.
It's been a while, Zach.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with chicken down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
A beat passes. And then Zach laughs.
Hey, I'm kidding. You know you can always count on me.
It's a story only the two of them are privy to every now and then. Ash will list Zach's help on something. Becca and I never really found out what the real deal is with those adventures, as Ash calls it, but both are willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. Aren't willing to tell. The interest that is... She insists that if Ash is likely not... Words! She insists that if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Oh well. Boys will be boys, I guess. People are people, you guess. People are people. Boys, girls, doesn't matter. I give Zach a small wave from behind Ash when his attention eventually turns to me.
Bella! Huh? Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
And it's true. They've known each other for far longer than any of us in the group. Childhood friends and all.
But don't worry, Zach. She's probably on her way here now. She promised she wouldn't miss your movie. Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Speaking of the devil! Without warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me around.
Becca, you're just in time.
I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost invading my personal space. Hi! But she places her hand on either side of my head to keep me still. She stares at me intently. Concern fills her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face. How are you? Are you all right? Why wouldn't I be? Rose called me earlier.
Those 4 words tell me all I need to know. Since I don't have my family living close by, and only other relative I have here works with the far side of the country. On the far side. Words! I have here works on the other far side of the country. I give my company Becca's contact number in case of emergency. I should have known Rose would call her. I pushed Becca's hands away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together. Her eyebrows remain drawn together. What is it, unibrowing?
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today.
That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Besides me, Ash snickers. I bite back the argue to elbow him in place for trying to avoid Becca's hand. He tries to reach out for the said area. I do my best to dodge her, all at once moving to hide behind Zach. Sorry for using you as a human shield, Zach.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that.
You blacked out? It's not something to brush off.
Exactly! I'm your conscience, Isabella. Tell them! Don't be such a weenie!
Come on, at least let me check it.
It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there.
Oh, really? I'm seeing it right here. Holy! It's grown!
Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Something crosses Becca's face, but it's gone before I could figure out what it is.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zach's film.
We can always watch it some other time. Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
I shoot him a pleading look. Please, please. Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point. In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
You're not missing it. Oh, we're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash's loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks, something he usually does when he's getting impatient.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either. Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabel to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca's voices out. When, at least, she releases a deep breath and nods, albeit with the great reluctance, I immediately tackle her into a hug.
Thanks, Becca.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Did you say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
If you say so.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside. Anyone here has a smaller bill?
I wouldn't mind for you, big guy. You seem sweet as all heck.
I think I do. Hold on.
I pull myself off from Becca and get my wallet from a bag, and...
What's this?
It's already in Ash's hands before I can even react. Just stop it! Behind him, Becca and Zach are both giving a piece of paper an intrigued look.
No! Give it back!
Too late!
It's just a paper.
I don't care! Give it!
Looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
I try to reach for it, but he holds the paper way above his head. How small and how tall are you? How are you doing this out of reach? I've never been particularly sensitive about my own height, but right now, I really wish I had an advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
I'm telling you, it's nothing like that. It's...
The rest of my words are lost when he unfolds the paper. I can't breathe. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I note how many hands are trembling at my sides. How my hands, not how many. Yeah, I have many hands trembling at my sides. Everyone stop patting my thighs. I don't need a massage. Clasping them together doesn't do anything. They are still shaking. But I think I hang on to them regardless. The awful sick weight that has taken its core in my stomach back in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Someone, please. Today is turning out to be a horrible nightmare.
Send this to 5 people or else. Well, that's... interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ash waves the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of his contents. Of its contents. I don't need to see. I don't want to see it. The letters, the words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown it away when I should have just thrown it away when I had the chance. That way.
It's not a prank.
It makes all of them stop. even if I'm surprised with how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed. You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
Dang, you pupils just dilated down to demon eyes. Do you guys see that? That's scary in itself.
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Without another word, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hands and stuffed it back in my bag. With more force than necessary, I break through everything else, tear the paper through my bag, and now it's on the floor. It's hanging out on my side. Gosh dang, I need a bag. I'm tired. I got cursed, saw a ghost, probably lost a sale, got kicked out of the open house I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. To top it all off, there's a dull ache at the back of my head, begging for a little attention. I can't afford to give right now. Honestly, there's only so much a person can take with a single day. I just want to go home, curl up in my bed, and never think about today. But before I can take a single step away from the group,
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice when there's a point he wants to drive home, and hearing him takes on this tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out of the argument immediately die down on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together? We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat.
You are a sweetheart!
Please.
He has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca too. I'm pretty sure it's another reason why he got out of bed today. She got out of bed today. Yet, despite Zach's attempt to lighten things up, or Ash's and Becca's accusing gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned out this way as they did. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless. So careless.